Hi, welcome to Grow New Plants. So today I'm going to propagate some English ivy. I have a bunch of cuttings that I took just this morning, and I'm going to do stem cuttings in this video, but I'm also going to try something new. I'm going to try leaf cuttings. I've never done that before, but I'm going to give it a shot. But that'll be a separate video. So I'm going to get set up where you can see the table and everything, and we'll start taking our cuttings, and then we're going to stick them in these in a root maker container with a dome over it. So let's get set up and we'll start taking cuttings. Okay, so we're set up here. So basically, I've never done English ivy before, but from everything I gather, they will root from the cutting. They will not root from the nodes. And these things, you can see they already got where they try to put roots out. If you ever grown English ivy, I don't know if I have any old enough stems that'll show it, but they'll put what they call air roots out. There's some right there. Because English ivy will grow and it will reattach itself to a wall or to the ground or whatever, but if it attaches itself back to the ground, it'll put additional roots out. So what I'm going to do is I want two nodes. I want one node with a leaf still on it and one where I'm going to remove it. So I'm going to go somewhere below that node there, just above this node, and then I'm going to remove this leaf. And I'm saving these leaves because I'm going to do another propagation method with these leaves. So that's going to be one of my cuttings right there. So I'm going to make several of them, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. So again, right here, we're going to go there, just above that node. Go ahead and just cut that node off. So there's another leaf, there's another cutting. So this thing should root out right here and then start putting out new growth up here. Then we can remove this old leaf here afterwards. But so leaves are going to go. All right, we'll do cuttings. We'll stack cuttings right there. Now here's one that's going to be interesting. This one's got two. This is the end here, so it's got a branch. So I'm going to go ahead, just for experimentation's sake, I'm going to leave that one that way. Maybe too much. You don't want to leave too many leaves on these cuttings as you go, because that's what causes them to dry out. Here's another one here. I want to remove that one. And then we'll leave that branch on there, and we'll just go just below that node that I cut off. So there's like 3 or 4. So that's pretty much what we have. Here's some right here has already got aerial roots growing out big time, but I'm not worried about that. So we'll go here, here, remove that leaf. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cut up the rest of these, and then we'll get ready to stick them. We'll do one more here. Cut that one close, just above. That's a perfect one right there because it's not huge. The leaf's not real big. So as many as I can get like that. If I get enough, I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 36 cells in that. So I'm going to just pick out, once I get them all done, I'll pick out my 36 best cuttings to decide which ones I'm going to use. So I'll do the rest of these off camera and we'll get started planting them. Okay, so I've got several cuttings taken here, and I did some varieties of cuttings. I did one here, and that's probably a little extreme. I'll take this one here out of the middle. But this is an end cutting, so I want to see if I do an end cutting, it's probably, once the plant roots, it's going to want to branch out. You don't want these things just to come up and be one string. You want them to branch out. And what I've learned through doing these kind of plants is that once they do root and come up, see this one comes up and it roots and it starts growing a strand up here. Once that strand starts growing, you just trim it and it'll branch it. So you just trim these things a couple times early on when they first start growing, and then they'll branch out and make a nice full plant. Some people will plant multiple sticks in one box too, but what I've done before with like Asian jasmine, stuff like that, is I've just branched it out, basically pruned it to get it to branch, to simulate branching. So what I've got here, and these are all pretty fresh cut, so I'm not going to recut them again. I've got a rooting hormone, and it's just a general rooting hormone. I think I got this one at Walmart. I think they're all pretty much the same. So all I'm going to do is just take a little stick, got a pencil there, press it down in there. And the only reason for putting the stick on there, or sticking it first, is just to keep it from rubbing all the rooting hormone off. I just want to make sure all my leaves kind of point towards the inside. Some of these got big leaves, some of them, I was fixing to put rooting hormone on my pencil. I'll do some of these across the front where you can see them better. So some of these got really long leaves on them, which I think is going to be fine. I don't think it's going to really matter. Once they start growing and branching out, then I'll start pruning them back anyway, so it's not really going to matter. So here's one that I did. It was an end. So I'm going to plant a few of these and see how they do too. Because if that's the case, I could just take more cuttings. Basically, when I'm getting cuttings out of my ivy beds, I can just go for tips. So if the tips end up growing good, like here's another one here, if they end up growing good and they turn into better plants, you know, because they're branching more, then in the future I'll just do that. But I'm really not sure at this point, so just kind of experimenting, trying different ones to see which ones work best, and hopefully they'll just grow good enough that it won't really make any difference what I do. So I tell you what, I got 8 of them done there, so I will go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this, and then I'll show you how I water them in and how I cover them up with my dome. Okay, so I have all these stuck now. So I've got 36 stem cuttings stuck in here. All I gotta do is just water them in, and I'll just got like a fine mister. I'll put on my hose and mist them real fine until the soil is completely saturated. And then I have this dome here, and I kind of cheat sometimes. I have a grow shelf. I have several grow shelves inside, which ideally this would probably be better to do inside on the grow shelf, but kind of the theme of this whole channel is being able to stuff that you can do at home. So if you don't have a grow shelf or anything like that, you can still do this outside. So I'm going to leave these outside. I'm going to take them, I'll put them in this dome, and then let's see if I can do that without destroying them. It's just an empty tray, a big tray that'll hold moisture under the bottom of it. And then I will take this and I'll sit it underneath my grow bench out in the backyard, which will keep it shaded. It won't have any direct sun on it, but it'll still get lots of natural light. And it should do fine. And I'll just got to check it every couple days to make sure that they're staying moist until they get a chance to root. I'm guessing with these things, I'm guessing maybe probably 3 to 4 weeks that they should be actually rooted out to a point where maybe I can see some new growth on them. And I guess probably after about 3 weeks, I'll come in and tug on a few of them, see if they feel like they've got roots established in there yet or not. So I'm going to go ahead and post this, and then I'll do a follow-up hopefully in about a month, and hopefully we'll have roots on these things. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share my videos. Thank you. Bye.